Welcome back. This is Controversially High. So today I'm going to be talking about minimum wage in New York. Minimum wage could wage anywhere from about $13.50 to $15 an hour. So how do they expect people to live off of minimum wage in New York? That's my question, because if you really think and sit about it, this is something they never tell you about. Like if you come from another state and you're here by yourself, you got no friends, no families, nobody here but yourself, and you get, a minimum wage job just to start up, right? You really can't survive on minimum wage here. Think about it. If you're making, let's say, $15 an hour minimum wage, think about the phone bill that you're going to have because you're going to need some form of communication to get to, talk to your employer, employees, all that stuff. So your phone bill can range between $60 to $100 a month, maybe even less if you really are doing like the bare minimum. But I'm going with 60 to 100, saying like if you want to get, not a super fancy phone, but a decent phone, right? So let's say 60 to $100 a month. And let's say you're paying also $300 of food a month. So 150 every 2 weeks, let's say. So $300 a month for food. Rent. Studio could be anywhere from $600 to $2,850. I searched on Zillow. Zillow's really dope. I hope you guys check it out. Zillow's actually a pretty nice website. Helps you find places. And I like the website. It's very easy to use, very quick. I'm not sponsored by them, but I really approve of what they have. So if you're looking for an apartment, check out Zillow. But Zillow was showing me, studios ranging from $600 and getting they can go up and you can get an apartment for $2,850 a month. And I'm talking about like something that looks nice. And I think I'm giving you prices that are achievable by some people. I'm not really talking about like, people who are making bank, like they don't have to worry about, this, those people probably paying $5,000, $6,000, $7,000 a month. Who knows? But I'm talking about realistic goals here, $2,850 a month, right? That's kind of expensive. That's not including light water, wherever you are, if you're paying light and water. You got laundry, you got to pay for laundry. Your basic needs such as toothpaste, toilet paper, gel, etc. Just basic necessities that you're going to need. And then you also have taxes that eat up a lot of stuff. Like taxes eat a lot of your money. And I'm thinking, how can you survive on minimum wage in New York? Like this is, I don't understand how we can just let that be the minimum. I'm thinking, man, I feel like the law should state that the minimum job at least gets you a roof over your head, food for you to eat, and a place that you can call home for the little time that you're gonna be at home, probably because you got to bust your ass when you're making minimum wage. So my thing is, how do they expect you to do this? How do they expect for you to cover all this? You got transportation that if you pay a Metro card here in New York, you can pay the monthly one, which is roughly $112. You could take the boats around New York City. I like taking the boats when the trains are too packed. Since I live here in Queens, I can take the boat to Queens. So if I'm in the city, I'll hop on a boat, and it costs $275. It's really cheap, and you can get pretty much almost anywhere on a boat now, like to the major parts where you need to get to, and it's awesome. But with transportation, with your phone bill, with food and everything, how are we going to pay this? Like, how does New York State expect people to survive on this if you're coming here from somewhere else? I feel like we should figure out a way that we could make the minimum wage, meaning that's the basic allowance you need to survive on your own here. Because realistically, if you're making minimum wage, you're not going to survive out here by yourself. You're going to have to get a roommate or multiple roommates, or live with family members, or having like a partner. Like if you have a partner and they're making bank and you're just trying to catch up to get to that level, it takes time. It takes time. But what I'm saying is, how do New York State expects you to pay all that? How do they expect you to survive? And let's say you don't have medical benefits. Let's say you don't have any insurance. What I mean by that, like you don't have insurance, like hospital bills, getting sick is going to cost you a pretty penny. Like I wonder what's going to happen in the next few years. Like for the new people that are trying to make it here, how can you survive on minimum? Eventually we're not going to be able to live here anymore because of that. The minimum is becoming way too hard now. I see friends that still live with the family members and they help pay out the rent because it's that expensive. What's going on in New York? These little things they don't tell you about. Like, it's freaking expensive here, dude. It's freaking expensive. And a lot of people don't like to talk about it too much. Some people are comfortable with it, but yo, bills, rent, all this, $15 is not going to really cut it, dude. In 2018, the end of this year, 2019, whatever, the future's coming, because as soon as everything, you start getting better pay and you're going to start feeling good, but then everything else jumps up in price. It won't be long before the MTA drops another price right up maybe to $3 in the next year. And the $3 per ride, I mean, as in the MetroCard. I'm not talking about monthly or the weekly because you could buy both, but those take huge chunks out of your own money too. They're very, very, you need them here if you're going to be working in the city, so you need that stuff. All right. And same goes for, like, if you don't use the train, you can get around using Uber, but even then, like, transportation is still going to cost you mad money just to get places here in New York. You can get there cheaply taking the train and bus, but eventually that still costs, you're still paying it a month, to take all these little rides everywhere, and it adds up. And what they don't tell you here in New York is that it is expensive out here. Listen, I don't know how to fix this problem. Do you guys have any ideas how to fix this problem? How can we get, more people to survive out here on the minimum? Because $15 ain't cutting it, people. 15 ain't cutting it. I believe, honestly speaking, you're going to need to be making over $100,000 a year if you want to make it out here by yourself. $100,000 a year. And you're going to be living pretty comfy. And you can only go up higher here, because I've seen apartments $700,000, $1 million. Like, don't be surprised to see those prices up here for tiny little apartments. So this is what I'm saying to you guys. Like, I don't know, how could we fix this? Does anybody know an idea how to fix this? I would say find yourself a best friend to help you, you two get a place together, because that's really it. Because, finding a roommate here is, you can get one, but you never know who you're going to be living next to until you start living with them. Even roommate, sometimes some of them could be disgusting. Some people could be nasty. Some people are cool as shit and they're in it the same way you do. You both grinding. You both have that hunger. You know what I'm saying? But other than that, I would say try to find a best friend. Try to find someone that you could get along with, because it ain't no easy road here. You really do need to team up here if you want to make it on a minimum. It'll take either 2, 3, sometimes even 4 people to make it. So these are some things they don't tell you about New York, but it is a cool city to be a part of. I'm not going to lie. It's a pretty cool city. It's pretty cool. Everything's here. All foods, everything. Anything you can think of, you can get it here in New York City. So that's the benefits of it. Food is down the block. Everything is literally accessible around the corner. It's dope. So it makes it pretty sick, really. But that's all I have time for today. I'll see you guys in the next video. Like, comment, subscribe. Tell me what you think. Where do you live? How much do you pay rent? Do you think that the minimum wage is okay, or should we increase it, decrease it? I don't know. You guys let me know. I'm just here trying to deliver this message, because this is something that we all struggle with in New York. And yes, I'm not a millionaire, so everyone's struggling. All right. So take it easy. Have a good one. See you guys in the next one.